Are we all set? Good morning, everyone in the room and on Zoom. Welcome to another Sunrise meeting. It's September 15th. We're still in Literacy Month, and today's going to be a good day. Our guest speaker was first in the room. I have a special treat for you. Thanks for showing up on time and for helping out. So please be upstanding as we get started. To do our invocation, I'll now invite Rotarian Nicolette, who is online, to do the invocation, please.
Good morning, fellow Rotarians. Please bow your heads as we say the Rotary Grace. O God, and giver of all good, we thank thee for our daily food. May our Rotary friends and Rotary ways help us to serve thee all of our days. I wish to extend to you a blessed day, and may we all be safe in the coming days. Thank you, God, for all you've given us. Amen.
Amen. All right, so we need some help with our audio. I don't know if anybody in the room know how to set up all of these fancy gadgets. We have them, but to be honest, I don't know how to set them up, and we need help. So I'm going to ask my club admin to please pay attention to these details on a Thursday morning. I'm not going to say I'm the high-tech person in the room. We need to show up on time. So thank you. With that said, we will now do our loyal toast. And PP Delissa, who is also online. So please give us some volume because we're not hearing very clearly in the room at the moment. PP Delissa, over to you.
Hi, good morning. Rotarians and guests, please join me in the loyal toast. To the King
To the
and
Commonwealth.
the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
To the Commonwealth of the
I hope
Bahamas.
the Sarge is hearing you. Thank you. You may be seated. We're going to skip over our. No, I should not, because I see my director is in the room. Are we doing an icebreaker this morning? I see you down for an icebreaker. So could you come forward, please? And at the same time, tell us about the raffle. If you're online, you can participate in the raffle as well by entering your ticket purchase in the chat.
All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning, fellow Rotarians and guests in the room. I'm going to start with the raffle first and then the icebreaker. So today we have a Sony head speaker and a Sony headphones. That's by the Yellow Cup or the Yellow Group, and it's going to be 1 for $5 and 3 for $10. So you can go ahead and place your ticket sales in the chat as well as those in the room. We'll come around and get to you. But for this morning, for the icebreaker, I see we have quite a number of persons online. We want to do a show and tell. And so I'm going to need someone to help me online with this. We want to do some show and tell quickly. And for those persons that are in the room, if you have a Rotary pin or you're displaying, or if you have something on you, I want you to quickly, in 30 seconds, just describe your Rotary pin or something that you have on that you like and say why. So I'm going to begin to my, well, there's no one to my left. So I'm going to begin to my right. And she's going to describe something she has on. I just said Rotary pin because I have on mine. And so I want you to describe something you have on, say what it is, and say why.
Okay, so I don't have on my pin.
Ooh, fine.
It's actually in my bag because I was trying to get the room set up and everything. So yeah, I can't find it.
Okay.
But what do I have on that is significant? Okay, so I'm wearing a crystal. It's a jade crystal and it's for calming. I needed to keep calm this morning because I was getting calls on my way. I can't be here. Both my secretary and assistant secretary are absent. And I was hoping to see Archie. So I feel calm enough because she's doing it. So that's what I'm wearing. And then there's this purple stone. I don't remember what it's about, but these are calming crystals.
Okay, common crystals. All right, Sarge. Something that you have on you that's significant.
All right, well, good morning, everybody. I am wearing a 10X gold corn bond, and this is from a business conference that I went to, I think, in March. What it means to me is pretty much what it says, 10X growth, of course, in business. You wanna grow not just once or twice, but you wanna multiply your growth as much as possible. So,
Yes. All right, awesome. Our guest speaker. Sorry. Oh, good morning. Welcome to the room. All right, so I guess we'll just all the way in the back. Yes, we're showing and telling.
I am on my golf course today with Dr.
Okay, we have little people in the room. Dr. Edwards just walked in, so you want to quickly, we're doing show and tell. You want to quickly give us something that's significant that you have? Anything. Glasses. All right, glasses are, all right, good. This is, yeah. Mhm.
I wear it every day. This muscle dependent on it that shows up. So it's an easy trace, and I like it because it shows signs of life. So.
Nice, okay, we're just gonna continue to go right around. Let's go.
My fellow Terrence guests, and so I wear my Rotary pin this morning, which is a symbol of good work that this organization is doing throughout the world, and it's a reminder of as Rotarians that we should be following the following tests.
Nice, all right, I love that. All right.
Morning, fellow Rotarians and guests, Marsha, I'm wearing my Rotary walking on shirt. Shows the headlines, say what people be all about, so I'm constantly advertising it when I'm out there.
I love it. Yay. All right, let's go.
Good morning, and I'm holding and I travel with my Rotary Kids business cup because it constantly reminds me of the commitment that Rotarians have to Rotarians in order to further Rotary.
All right, awesome, all right, Director Patrick.
Morning. I wear my Rotary pin to save your
All right, Rotary name tag.
All right, and just because we don't want anyone that's online to feel left out, is there anyone that would like to quickly unmute your mic and just share something with us quickly? Yes?
I placed in the chat that I'm wearing my pearls this morning in memory of the Queen.
All right, okay, thank you. Anyone else? No?
All right, well, thank you so very much. I have on my, something I was supposed to have on my work badge, but I didn't put it on, but I'm gonna say I'm wearing my Rotary pin. And I'm gonna follow Patrick and say, because of everything that Mario said, awesome. Thank you all for being great participants. Thank you all for showing up, not just in the room, but online. And thank you so much for being a part of Rotary.
Oh, someone else speaking?
Someone else
wanted to say something?
All right, just reminding you guys to mute your microphone if you're online. All right, so we'll now invite Director Archelin to do the welcome of Rotarians and have members introduce their guests.
Good morning, Rotary family, and on this terrific Thursday, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and I want everybody in here and online to say welcome. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Round of applause. And So if our Rotarians would be so kind to unmute their mic and introduce their guests, please, at this time. Any?
I know we have Carolyn online. Welcome. I'm not sure who else. The mics, my cameras are off.
Any guests in the room?
So if you're a guest, please open your mic.
Good day. Good
No?
morning, everyone.
Oh, good morning, our guest speaker, Mr. Mullins, welcome.
Welcome, Mr. Mullings. And we have family and friends and winners inside.
Oh, sorry, my guest is Shimon, visiting for the third or fourth time.
Yeah,
Shimon.
I referenced her to our winner because she picked the winner one week and then she became the winner the other week. Welcome. And so on behalf of the family of Rotary Sunrise, we would like to say an official.
Anyway, come on.
Did I hear a voice? An official welcome from the family of Rotary Club of Nassau Sunrise.
Right, always bringing the energy. Thank you so much for that. We're moving along quickly. I'd now like to invite KG Mario to bring a little moment.
Good morning, once again, fellow Rotarians and guests. So our lit moment for the morning comes from a book that I started reading over the summer, and it's called Churchill, The Power of Words. And I think it's only fitting for the occasion as we mourn the passing of the Queen. On April 5th, 1955, Churchill, after suffering a series of strokes, resigned as Prime Minister. He was 80 years old. And this is a speech that he gave in the presence of the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh at a farewell dinner held at 10 Downing Street in his honor. Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, Your Grace, my lords, ladies, and gentlemen, I have the honor of proposing a toast, which I used to enjoy drinking during the years when I was a cavalry subaltern. In the reign of Your Majesty's great-grandmother, Queen Victoria, having served in office or in Parliament under the 4 sovereigns who have reigned since those days, I felt with these credentials that in asking Your Majesty's gracious permission, I should not be leading to the creation of a precedent which would often cause inconvenience. Madam, I should like to express the deep and lively sense of gratitude which we and all your peoples feel to you and to His Royal Highness, the Duke of Edinburgh, for all the help and inspiration we receive in our daily lives and which spreads with ever-growing strength throughout the British realm and the Commonwealth and Empire. Never have we needed more than in the anxious and darkening age through which we are passing, and which we hope to help the world to pass. Never have the august duties which fall upon the British monarchy been discharged with more devotion than in the brilliant opening of Your Majesty's reign. We thank God for the gifts He has bestowed upon us and vow ourselves anew to the sacred causes and wise and kindly way of life of which Your Majesty is the young gleaming champion. Thank you.
Yeah, I heard a few amens. That was really good. Thank you, and very and perfect for the occasion. All right, so I will now, for those of us who are on the right side of the grass and are celebrating a birthday, I'll now invite our family of Rotary Chair tomorrow to recognize birthdays and anniversaries.
Thank you, President Donette. Good morning, this morning. We have two birthday celebrants this week. Past President Diana Lynn Miller. She celebrated on Monday. And the big birthday soiree coming up on Saturday is past President Francis Dean. Happy birthday, ladies. I hope you're enjoying your week. And we have two Rotiversary twins, I call them, Sophia Moss and Christina Roll. They both celebrated yesterday their 5th Rotiversary. So everyone have a wonderful week and enjoy the rest of the meeting.
Thank you. And so while we're celebrating birthdays, we need to keep healthy while we're alive. And so we'll now invite Dr. Shervette Stevens to give us our wellness tip for today. Our wellness chair, are you online?
Yes, I am. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Great. So I have to say this September is actually Leukemia Awareness Month. And I just wanted to give a quick talk about what leukemia is and what signs and symptoms that you should be aware about. So if you have anyone in your family or you yourself are experiencing such symptoms, then you need to seek medical attention. So leukemia is just simply a cancer of the blood. And normally it actually affects the bone marrow factory of the body. Now, I know we all know about the marrow of the chicken, and everyone says that's the liquid part of the chicken bone, and that's the most sweetest part of, and the most tastiest seasoned part of the bone. But that's where the cancer cells, when you look at chicken bone, for example, but that's where these particular cancer cells are affected and they multiply. So there are so many symptoms that can occur. Oftentimes, when you have unexplained weight loss, you can have fever and night sweats, frequent infections. You could present with pale skin, joint or bone pains and tenderness. And these are things that can happen over a prolonged period of time. So, and then even too, one of the most main signs that you can have is easily bruising, where you can bump up against a chair and then a big blood spot shows up on your leg, or you have these small pinpoint blood spots that show up on your face. Whenever you have these symptoms, you should be able to seek your physician. And oftentimes we have to know what our body is saying, because sometimes these symptoms can present very quickly or rapidly. And sometimes these symptoms actually take years and years to actually present. And oftentimes leukemia in adults tend to come in later age onset, 20 to even some cancers present themselves at the age of 65. So can you imagine you go your entire life feeling well, and all of a sudden at that time, when you're supposed to be in your retirement age, you then develop cancer. So it's just for you to make aware of what your body is, to be aware of what your body is doing. And please keep up with your annual medical visits so that your physician can look out for these signs, look up for any abnormalities that may present themselves. So you guys have a good day. And like I said, today, September is Leukemia Awareness Month, and every Friday we tend to wear an orange shirt in recognition for leukemia. And we have so many survivors out there, and we have so many people who are currently being treated for leukemia. So just keep them in your thoughts, keep them in your prayers, and we all need to continue to make this awareness paramount so that we can be able to catch these cancers early, so that we can treat them early. Have a good day.
Thank you, Rotarian Shervette. And we'll now have our Saj. Please make him welcome to the podium.
Morning, fellow Rotarians and guests. I was told that my jokes have been a bit stale the past few weeks, so I'm gonna try to ramp it up, right? So let's start off with a good joke. All right, so two women are on a girls' night out. Both of them married, loyal, and exemplary wives. This night, they have had one too many Bacardi breezes and are unsteadily walking home. On the way, they suddenly realize that they really have to pee. and lacking any proper facilities, they decided to sneak into a graveyard. The first woman realized that she has nothing to wipe with, so she uses her underwear and then throws it away. Her friend, however, is wearing expensive lingerie and doesn't want to resort to such methods. Instead, next to a grave, she finds a ribbon on a wreath, so she decides to use that. Having finished, they both walk home tipsy but happy. The next day, the first woman's husband phones the second woman's husband, furious. "You will never believe this. My wife came home last night not wearing any panties." "That's nothing," says the other man. "My wife came home with a card stuck between her cheeks and said, 'From all of us at the fire station, we'll never forget you.'" All right, so let's see. For our finds for today, you see we have a lot of persons online, which is good. But you guys should be, here. If you don't have a reason to not be here today, then that's $1 fine for you if you're online. Now, if you're not wearing your Rotarian badge as well, then that'll also be $1 fine as well. And for all the persons that are Rotarians that are online with their videos off, that'd also be $1 fine. Also, I seen, you was exemplary late, that's $1 fine as well. Yeah, those are the fines and jokes for today.
All right. Thank you so much, Saj. We will now take announcements. If you have an announcement, please come quickly. Time is going, so please come quickly. Thank you.
So good morning, fellow Rotarians and guests, and online Rotarians. I'm making two well-deserved presentations this morning, Polio Plus and Rotary. PDG Felix, please come forth. I meant to surprise you. So this morning I will present PDG Felix with his Polio Plus pen.
Oh, thank you.
Picture. Thank you. Uh-oh. And next is PAG Mario. Please come forward. And this morning, PAG Mario is receiving his well-deserved Paul Harris pin. And so Rotary Means Business has a project that we want to launch in Abaco next week, Thursday. And so we're looking for 7 persons to travel with us. And the project is a digital platform for the school. It's called Generation Genius. And so we're asking for your assistance. More details, you can reach out to me, please, in the interest of time. And like we say, Rotarians help bring Rotarians to help Rotary. Help me, help you, help them, help us. Thank you very much.
I felt a twitch beside me. I think AG would like to go on the trip. Thank you. All right. Are there any other announcements, guys? Coming up on September 30, our bingo party, we have lots of prizes, and there are prizes that we still need to have. So if you have not yet made a commitment, whether in cash or donated a prize, please do so. All right, so we're going to move. If there are any other announcements, please share them in our WhatsApp chat. I see a guest in the room. I want to welcome you, sir. Dapperly dressed and all. I'm not sure. Can you introduce yourself so we can know who you are?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ron Gonzalez.
I'm sorry? Yeah, but he's not a Rotarian. You can't find a guest. Donovan, you cannot find your guest.
Trying to find people.
Yes.
Big old photograph.
Yeah, so
Good day. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but we're having some technical difficulties on this side. Looks like the main video feed has got interrupted. Good day. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but the main video feed has cut out. Yeah, they've been kicked out of Zoom. So we're not hearing anything on this end.
I don't think they can hear us, so I'm trying to message someone in the room right now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I also sent a message to the main chat.
Children's ward piece that goes up from, well, I guess 1 year old to about 5, and then from 6 years old up to age 12, we have them on Children's Ward North. We also have our PICU area, which is our pediatric ICU. And this is where we see our patients that are critical and require that one-on-one attention. And then we also have our community clinics where we deal with primary care. So we have Anstown Clinic, and we also have Flamingo Gardens Clinic, just to name a few. And then we have our Haymount service where we see our oncology patients and our sickle cell patients. So for me, why I choose pediatrics, well, the answer with most persons who working with kids would say, I love kids. And I find joy in dealing with them. I find that kids have an innocence about them, and when they're sick, they're really sick. Like we usually say in our department, their children are like great compensators. So if they're starting new with their illness, they would compensate and compensate until they crash. And so when a parent comes to you and say, hi, my child isn't playing as they usually do, isn't eating as they usually do, you kind of get concerned and it's a red flag for you. So you want to do all you can to help them. And for me, I get my joy when I see them come in this ill state and when we're able to help them, and then you actually see them walking out the door and they're better. So yeah, that's basically my, this has been 2 minutes as well. Thank you.
Okay, and Dr. DeVoe is sponsored by Marsha Bain. Thank you, Rotarian Marsha. Anishka is online. We'll now 1 minute because Dr. DeVoe took a minute of your time for your quick job talk. Anishka, go ahead, unmute. We're not hearing you. All right, you sure she's online, Joanne? All right. Okay, so we'll just, so we'll invite Dr. DeVoe to come back and now.
Good morning. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm having a lot of technical difficulties this morning. Hi, my name is Nishka Crawley Fernanda. I am an aviator. I'm a safety professional. My background is aviation technology. I worked at Bahamas Air for 15 years in their maintenance department as the manager of planning and technical records. And now I'm the safety director at the Civil Aviation Authority, Bahamas. My main job function is that I'm in charge of the program within the Bahamas that encourage proactive performance within the aviation industry. We go out and we assess hazards before they become accidents. We also encourage operators to implement safety management systems within their organization so that they can begin to identify hazards within their organization so they can prevent accidents and incidents also. I've been with the Civil Aviation Authority for 2 years now. I've been a safety professional in aviation, just dealing with safety over the last 5 years. I've always been an avid aviator. I love aviation. I love the airport for obvious reasons, because I love to travel also. And that's my job talk. That's my 1 minute.
You sound like a Rotarian of 10 years. All right, so I'll now invite our distinguished Assistant Governor Ken Strawn. Someone saw him come in the room and thought he was our guest speaker. This is our AG in charge of our club. And so we welcome you now. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Wow. You know, you must give it to your president, who takes an interest at 4:15 each morning to ensure that before my alarm goes off, I get that alarm from her. and like that of another club president who does likewise. I congratulate them for the energy and the effort that they bring to the post at this time. And really and truly, I'm happy to be here this morning. God, please join me up here this morning. And I will invite Ms. Fernanda. If I can see your face, it will be a wonderful joy to see that person who kept my past president, Gus Roberts, flying to get us to and fro where we needed to go. Are you able to pull your your camera info, and pull your camera up. It's Crawley, Fernandez, sorry. Well, not sorry, but Crawley, yes. You borrowed the last name. Anishka, are you able to turn your camera on? I need to make sure that she can see and hear, and we can see and hear her so that we can properly participate in this induction. Ted. Look, tech support, calling out tech support.
It is on her side.
All right. I know she loves flying, traveling. Do you think she took off after she spoke? we want to make sure. And respectfully, we would want to see who's participating. While that is happening, I'd give her another 30 seconds of the 1 minute of the 2 minutes that she had. And acknowledge the president of our past district governor, Felix Stubbs, our past assistant governors, Kerwin and Mario and Calicard Stubbs, who is joining us in another place, past presidents and otherwise. President, I'm going to have to just go ahead with Dr. At this time. So I'm out of that pediatric stage in life. I'm one of those who sometimes will cause pediatric to exist. But I'm also out of that stage right now too. And so I also want to acknowledge the youth who are gathered here among us. These are either the early act or early act in making who are also joining us here this morning. So, Dr. Rashonda DeVoe, you have been chosen by the membership of the Rotary Clubs of Nassau Sunrise because your fellow members believe you to be a leader in your vocation, and because you manifest those qualities of head and of heart, which fit you to interpret and impart the message of Rotary to those with whom you come into contact. You are a representative of your vocation in this club, and any contribution of an educational value pertaining to that vocation must naturally come to us through you. On the other hand, you become an ambassador from us to your classification, and it becomes your duty to carry out the ideals and principles of service to your work. The objective of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideals of service as a basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular, to encourage and foster, first, the development of acquaintances as an opportunity for service. Secondly, high ethical standards in business and professions, the recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupation, and the dignifying of each Rotarian of his occupation as an opportunity to serve society. Third, the application of the ideal of service by every Rotarian to his personal, business, and community life. Fourth, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideals of service. I charge you to judge yourself by the Rotary four-way test. of the things you think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned, including the pediatrics? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendship? And fourth, will it be beneficial not only to you, but to all concerned? The community will know and judge the Rotary through your embodiment of it in character and service. And we accept you as a member because we believe our principles and organization to be safe in your careful keeping. We also expect much from you in help and inspiration, which will enable us to be better Rotarians. And with this hope, we must heartily offer you the fellowship of Rotary. I ask you, do you accept our invitation? This is where you don't get the finger, you don't get the ring, but you get to say it. Do you accept our invitation? If so, say.
I do.
Yeah. Rotary Club of Nassau Sunrise, do you accept those virtually and in attendance? Do you accept? Yes. I invite your sponsor, Rotarian Marsha, to properly pin you. Did somebody capture your photo? There you go. So she was a good student?
Yeah,
There you go. Let me hand over to you also your bundle.
Okay.
It doesn't contain any suture. Neither the forceps.
All right.
But it's capable of providing you those details to help you through Rotary.
Yes, thank you.
Let's make you feel special and welcome.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And to your prospective member, he was not wrong when he said good afternoon. You all just didn't find out which part of the world he came from. But Rotary is global. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for doing such a great job, AG Ken. And I just want to add my bit of welcome to Rotarian. Oh Lord, the name's Roshando. I keep saying Dr. DeVoe, so I was going to say Rotarian DeVoe. And we look forward to you using your vocation and your skills and talent to advance the work of Rotary. I'll now invite Rotarian Jessica to introduce our guest speaker.
Sorry, I'm going to keep my mask on. I have a little bit of a residual cough. So, Mr. Kerwin Mullings is a graduate of C.V. Bethel High School. Upon completion, he joined the Island School in Cape Eleuthera for 100 days as part of the Bahamas Environment Steward Scholar Program. There, he and his team created a scientific poster addressing the harsh impacts of runoff on nearshore environments for the Flat Ecology research class. Thereafter, Kerwin enrolled in REEFs, an internship program where he learned skills in conservation, scientific research, and outreach. Mr. Mullings is a recent graduate of the University of the Bahamas. He earned his Bachelor's of Science in Small Island Sustainability, Environment and Ecosystem Management, Marine Science. Since graduating, he has been involved in cleanup projects with the Cat Island Conservation Institute, Lashanti, the Siren, and Science and Perspective. His main role was to conduct trash data collection at the cleanup sites. Mr. Mullings feels that his experiences have led him to realize that one of the things that he wants to pursue in life is the language of the environment. Each environment, whether terrestrial or marine, has a story to tell. And he asks, do we understand it? Please help me welcome Mr. Kerwin Mullings.
All right, thank you very much, Jessica. I appreciate that. That's a lovely introduction. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Can everyone in the audience at Crypto Al hear me? Just want to confirm. I see Donat Cartwright's mic is muted. Okay. Just want to confirm.
Yes, we're hearing you loud and clear.
Okay, great. All right, perfect. All right, so I'm going to start sharing my screen right now. What is this? Okay, perfect. Let's see. Screen. Ah, there you are. All right. Can everyone see the presentation?
Yes.
All right, great. All right, so good day, everyone. My name is Kerwin Mullings. I'm very happy to be here. It's a pleasure for me to be here to present on protecting our coastlines. I've seen some familiar names in the chat. Definitely happy to see you there, and I also saw a familiar face at Crypto Al, and I am very happy to see you as well. But having said that, let me go on the introduction. So table of contents. All right, so I'll be talking about the introduction, give a little spiel about what this topic is all about. What is coastal debris? Talking about plastic waste, marine debris types. Also some research data I've done at the Cat Island Conservation Institute in Cat Island, and also why is it important to protect and preserve our environment. So introduction. So, you know, the ocean is one of the largest masses that we have on Earth here. It covers about 71% of our planet. 91% of the water that on our planet is found in the oceans. The rest of the 9 to 10% is actually from rivers, rivers and different icebergs and all that. Interesting that 50 to 80% of life on Earth can be found in the ocean. Now that range is very big because first of all, we haven't discovered everything that can be found in the ocean right now because the ocean is such a vast thing to behold. But yeah, 80% of the marine pollution, it comes from the land. All right, so us land dwellers are the main culprits for marine pollution. All right, and I believe we need to fix that. All right, so what is coastal debris? All right, so coastal debris is basically just human waste that has accidentally or deliberately been littered along the coastline. So if someone has like a random piece of paper from a candy they're eating and they just threw it outside the window that ends up on the beach, that's coastal debris. If something was in your car and you was driving a little bit fast and it starts flying out of the car, that's that would be considered coastal debris, and it'll be unintentional, you know, things we gotta watch out for. So plastic waste. I wanted to highlight plastic waste a little bit more because it's lightweight, and it can travel in the water very easily. It can end up in places you would not even expect, and I'll explain that a little bit more during the presentation. And also with the help of the sun and salt water, I call it breaking down, but plastics can be broken down into microplastics, and that can in turn be transferred into the fish. The fish can eat those microplastic, and in turn we eat those fish, and it comes onto us. So it's super important that we do not get like plastic in the ocean. I know there's a lot of plastic in the ocean now. We have to find ways to fix that problem, but there are ways that we can help to, let's say, mitigate the stresses of plastic being ending up in our ocean. I'll talk about that later in the presentation as well. All right, so it's a picture of a turtle, unfortunately eating a piece of plastic. Most likely it confused this plastic for a jellyfish. Turtles eat jellyfish and some seagrass. All right, so marine debris types that we would talk about. So I did highlight plastics because I feel like that's one of the most important ones to highlight because it's lightweight, moves fast, and breaks down onto really small particles. And we have biodegradable material. It could be like coconut husk. It can also be like random mango seeds, fruit seeds and stuff. Plant material that you may or may not have just left along the coastline or at the beach. Biohazard materials that would be like syringes, needles, different stuff from the medical field that aren't supposed to be at the beach. Then we have glass. Glass breaks down a lot into little tiny small pieces. And fabric and cloth. So doing a beach cleanup at, where was it again? At Coral Harbor. It was very interesting seeing a bunch of bags of clothing underneath the Casuarina needles. Like, it looked normal until you start digging in between, like inside the Casuarina needles. It was really well camouflaged, and like if we didn't do that, we wouldn't have found those bags of clothes and other items. So that was a case of illegal dumping. You can find fabric and cloth on the beach. So miscellaneous items could be any random items. Then you get the metal. I have seen lawnmowers and other lawnmowers and stuff, refrigerators, not entirely made of metal, but have some metal pieces. Toxic materials, paint and other stuff. Construction debris, we'll have stuff like cinder blocks, plywood, and other large items. Even found jet ski inside the bush. So yeah, you'll be surprised what you can find in the beach cleanup. Okay, so data from Cat Island. So right over here, this showing the trash totals. This is with the full glass representation. On the left-hand side of the graph, you can see the amount of the count pieces. So let's say this is a little above 1,400 pieces of glass counted, all right? And at the bottom, you can see the types of marine debris that was counted during that study. And at the bottom of that, you can see the colors represent the different areas that have been to. So Orange Creek, 2 parts of Artist Town, and Hall Over, which is a secluded place far on the east of Cat Island. Okay, now this is a better representation. We'll see that Artist Town with orange and gray combined together had the most amount of plastic biohazard material, glass, and metal. I feel like this is mainly because in Cat Island, they don't have like a proper solid waste management system. So people often just burn stuff on the side of the road, on the side of the beach, in order to try to manage what's happening, especially after, let's say, hurricane season. They might have some extra plywood. They don't know what to do with it. It might have dry rot, and they just burn it. And that is pretty bad for the environment. These things do leak out into the narrow ecosystems. Plastic, sometimes you might see some extra garbage and plastic can be melted into those ecosystems and can make the fish sick, and that could also make us sick. All right, so I'm putting emphasis on making everyone sick. So why is this work important? So the ocean feeds us. It plays a really big role in helping to regulate the climate. I know we have all been hearing about climate change and all of that, and ways that we could try to mitigate climate change. One way is that we can help protect our ocean environment and our coastline environment from what we are already doing now. We could try to change our ways slowly but surely. The ocean also generates most of the oxygen that we breathe, because the phytoplankton, the little small algae, some people might call it moss and stuff, and the seagrass, they produce a lot of oxygen, and they also do photosynthesis, just like the plants that we have on land. So what can we do? We can reduce single-use plastics. We don't have to use plastic bottles, like them little plastic bottles where you find from the store. We can get 1 liter bottle. I try to carry my 1 liter bottle to work with me every day. It has been a lifesaver because I work really hard and I need water constantly. We can recycle. So we have some recycling depots here at the New Providence Community Center, and also the New Providence Ecological Park, which we do call the dump. We can reuse stuff, and I would emphasize reusing stuff safely now. If you have any questions, just ask me afterwards. And we could compost. So if you have like extra greeneries from like salads you making, like you have lettuce, you know, the head of the broccoli that you might not want anymore, you can all compost that into a proper composting bin. And you know, you can always start small. You don't have to be perfect. It will get composted one way or another, even if it takes 1 year. All right, and we want to make sure whatever is left gets to a proper landfill. All right, so another way for coastal pollution prevention is we want to support and develop proper legislation to protect, you know, these coastal zones from being used and abused. You know, we want to be able to have proper laws in place. So if we do see anybody doing illegal dumping, we have a fine for them. We have fine for them, and we want to enforce this, right? We just don't want to have it there, the law there, and it's not being enforced. That would just put us a step back from before. All right. So this is a
Mr.
little.
Mullins, I'm sorry, just 1 second. How much more time do you need? Because I believe you may be losing some people.
Okay, no problem.
About 5 more minutes?
Yeah, 5 more minutes. I have my timer right here.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so yeah, so develop nationwide sustainable solid waste management plan. So this diagram is literally just showing what I've been talking before, but it builds on it. It has some transformation to waste energy. We can use our waste to produce energy for our needs. and everything just ends up in a landfill. So we just want to have this in the proper order from top to bottom, so we have less waste going to the landfill, okay? Another way that we could prevent pollution is that we could spread awareness during the public service announcement, and we can host beach cleanups now, guys. We the Rotary Club is having a beach cleanup this Saturday. I would like to mention that, the 17th of September. So yeah, please be in for that. You can also, I also would encourage for people who want to do more into pollution prevention, just tell a friend, tell a family member. And once you get them out there, we get more people to care about what's happening in our environment and all that. All right. So great. Now that's the end of my presentation. Do you guys have any questions?
Yes, we have a question in the room. You have to
Just
come.
one question.
Yes.
I see you mentioned recycling. Is there any recycling like oil that comes out of old vehicles like that?
Sorry?
Recycling of old oil from vehicles.
Recycling of old oil from vehicles. Okay. So that is a very great question. I have not an idea of what we could do with that. I believe the New Providence Ecology Park might have something in place. They have a lot of things in place in terms of recycling glass, recycling glass, dealing with different, let's say, batteries and stuff. They might have something in place for old oil. So I personally would have to check in that, up with that. If you would like, I can leave my email address, kerwin.mullings@live.com, and I'll be able to answer your questions. You just send your questions right there. I'll be able to extract that information pretty quickly for you, okay?
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much, Kerwin. We'd love to see you in person next time.
Yes, yes.
There, another question?
Yes.
Sorry, what was the question?
Someone was providing another answer for the question that NPCP.
Okay.
New Providence. Yeah, he says you can recycle there. All right,
Okay,
so with
great.
that said, let me invite Director Ashley to say a vote of thanks.
Mr. Mullings, one word that describes your presentation this morning, and that word is wow.
Yes.
And I'm going to say it one more time. Wow. And I'm going to invite Rotarian guests and members to join me and say,
Wow.
wow. Thank you very much. Whatever we eat, the fish eats and recycles it back to us. Wow. Have a fantastic day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
So, you know, she'll be there at the beach cleanup, right? Yes. Saying, wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much. And with that said, I see we have 30 odd people, 32 now that have stayed with us online, and we have quite a few in the room, and I'm hoping to see you all on Saturday morning at the beach cleanup. So we'll now draw our raffle prize. You want me to draw?
Yeah.
All right, let's see who's the lucky winner this morning. So it starts with 4, 7, 5, 3, 4, 7, 2.
6-2 or 7-2?
7-2. If your number ends with 7-2. Oh my God.
Sony headset will be delivered. The Sony headset will be delivered to him.
A Sony
Headset
Sony headset
will be delivered to you.
it will be delivered to you. Oh,
Oh,
you
okay,
donating it?
wonderful.
All right. Feel
Okay.
it. You don't want to adopt me. All right. Our 4-way test will be done by Rotarian Gwen, but in the interest of time, I'm going to ask everyone to stand and we say together, of the things we think,
We
say,
think,
or do.
say, or do. Is it the truth?
Is it fair to
Is it
all
fair to
concerned?
all concerned?
Will it
Build goodwill
Will
and better
better,
friendship?
will it be
Will it be
beneficial
beneficial
to
to
all
all concerned?
concerned?
do the lawyer toast? Sorry, the final toast, PP Diana Lynn. All right, to Rotary around the world. Thank you, Rotarians in the room and online. Thank you so much for participating in our meeting. Thank you, Mr. Mullings, for an awesome presentation. And we'd love to invite you to join Rotary. And with that said, the meeting is now adjourned. Thank you all.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yes. Same to you all.